Hey Samuel, welcome to the stream. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I got my eye on the chat. But in the meantime, I'm just doing some stuff in the background to try and figure out how to stream better. I do not stream too often here on YouTube. My thoughts on Tartaria. They are very limited. I imagine you're asking about the massive worldwide empire that has been posited as of recently. I don't know how much evidence there is for that. I also don't know too many people that believe in that, and so I would address it case by case. I have some articles up on my website. Let me go ahead and minimize myself here, and then I will pull up a display. No, window capture is what I want. So I'll show you what I got for my website articles on Tartaria. It's not very much, it's just some things I can use to look further into it later. So let me get this set up. Alright, so now I got my website in the background here. Minimize that a little bit. So on my website, I'm go type in Tartaria in the search. These are the two main articles I have on it so far, and it was more so to try and figure out when this idea started hitting the internet and to trace down its origins. Let me know if the music is too loud too. I'm trying to find a good balance here between the voice and the music. I turned it down just a little bit there. So here I got this was published back in October 17th, 2020. So it's been a while since then. There's probably more groups and pages. From what I found though, it looked like the pages were all created 2018, 2019. The groups were, so there were some that were created early, but it was, the name was added later. So again, 2019, 19, 18, 19. So it looks like it was really around 2018, 2019 that the Tartaria stuff started catching on the internet. Let's check out the channels and early videos. So here we got early vids. This one's from 2016, so that's a bit earlier. It looks like the video preceded the discussion groups about it for a while. And thank you for letting me know about the volume. That is helpful feedback. So 2016, we have a few of these Tartaria videos starting to come out. 2017 and 18, they start to pick up. And the channels are, there's more channels than there were the bigger videos with the titles in them. Tartaria. So here we got this channel created 2013, but it wasn't named Tartaria until 2020. We got Bushwhacking Tartaria with Berserker Bear. His channel was created 2012, but the first video on it is from April 6th, 2020. So I would imagine this got renamed to somewhere along the way between then. This is another channel that was created early, but the first video with Tartary in the titles from 2018. So that's that's pretty much where I'm at with the Tartaria stuff, is that it caught on really recently, and if there were people, I mean, whatever the if you were into Tartaria, it's not my area, so if you have a good video recommendation, I can put it on my to watch list, and you know, we could even watch it together right now if you wanted to. That's what my office hours are for. So we can check out a video or send it my way. I'll watch it on my own time, but I would imagine I'm going to have some questions. I have watched some of the videos. There's some interesting stuff in them, but it's been a while, so I would need a refresher. Yeah, I don't know enough to say that it seems forced or not. I would advocate being skeptical whenever hearing something new. So, yeah, I would want to walk through a new video. The mud flood stuff, there's a major red flag for me on that, just because the guy who supposedly coined the term is a proud troll. So I don't really support that. If he's proud enough to troll one person, I can't imagine it'd be beyond him to troll a whole bunch of people, and so that is not something I support. I'm looking at this giant Tartary's video. We got a Getting On With Life video. This world is wrong. Looks like a animated music video of some sort. None of these seem to really be about Tartaria. Giants are coming. 907. Alright, we could just quick watch this short video here. Where's this music coming from? Pause that. So this is just like a music video. It's like a montage that we got playing here. Land of the Giants. It's like a cartoon. Wonder what that's from. I got it sped up ×2, so it's not really going that fast. We got The Lord is Waiting. This is some sort of rhetoric here. Change starts in your thoughts. So I'm not sure really what this guy's content is about, but it doesn't seem to really be about like giants coming. Here we got a Tartaria channel, just straight Tartaria. These videos look a little less montagey. Fixed Grin. I feel like I've seen that name recently, and that picture too. Maybe you commented on one of my videos. And Samuel, yeah, maybe not the best video to represent that. Fixed Grin, no, what I was doing, I was just checking out these channels that I had set up here on this article on my website that I put together 2020, October, so it's been a year ago. I was just revisiting it since it's so convenient here, but let's do that. We'll do Oh, search Tartaria, not Tartary. Yeah, no, I didn't search either of them, but I could search both of them. Yeah, I'm on the Tartaria channel right now. I'm gonna see what kind of videos they got. It looks like this is the series has been re-uploaded from, oh, what's her name? One of the larger names. So this is just someone else's content here. Oh, these are only minute-long videos. Let's check one of these out. So we just got some music here. I don't think there's any voices. I don't want to get flagged for copyright from listening to someone's music on here. So this is, I mean, these are some beautiful shots this guy is taking. It looks like he's got a drone. If this is his video, whoever filmed this is pretty cool. It's a abandoned castle of sorts. Wonder if this is the location. Let's check it out real quick. Yeah, the Landskron Castle. Let's see it on the map here. So it's in southern Austria. Let's see if it gives us a street view. Well, this looks like it says a Hair and Beauty by Sonia. That's not the castle. Where is this castle at? Here we go. This is looking more castle-y. Oh yeah, look at this. Well, this isn't the castle. This is totally different. That guy was out in the woods somewhere. Oh, here we go. So there is some more information here. Oh, this is from February 2020. When was this posted? February 25th, 2020. Tartaria channel. Well, this castle looks pretty cool anyways. Let's see if I can't get a better view here. How do I get back to the overhead? Here we are. I want to try and see it from a little further away. See if we can't get a better shot. Oh, well, I think that's it up on the hill there. This is blocked off by all these trees. Maybe that was the castle he was looking at. This might just be like an outer wall. I'm going in. Oh, I can't get in there. Here we go. Now it's got me moving. Oh, it's just a dark photo. Alright, well that didn't do much for convincing me of Tartary, but cool castle. These videos right here, I might have to go back and rewatch them one by one. I remember some of them got taken down for copyright infringement, so I don't want to watch it and get struck for the same thing. Looks like he does some exploring. Doesn't look like he does too much here. Samuel Atwood says, Starforts are a strange example, found all over the world, including America, some supposedly built for the U.S. Civil War in Nashville, Boston, etc., without much written records. Let's check out some Starfort stuff. Isn't there a website for this? Yeah, Starfort Gallery. He's got like every star fort known to man on this website, the list. So let's check out, we'll just start right at the beginning. Oops. Constructed 1575, so let's see, is there a history of star forts? Maybe there's the wiki page, Bastion Fort. Oh, it looks like there are prehistoric star forts, maybe? Predecessors were medieval fortresses. Origins. I mean, this is just Wikipedia. I usually just go here just for an overview. Any of this could be wrong. Anybody can update this. So it looks like they got popular in the Middle Ages, and when did they stop? You said there were some in America for the Civil War. I mean, it looks like they were popular in the 1500s at least. Check out, let me try a different search. So this article that I'm looking at says these bastion fortresses survived for well over 3 centuries. They're a lot stronger potentially than the castles were, so that's why they started to get built. I haven't looked too much into the Starfort stuff, so this is very cursory, you know. I usually don't draw any conclusions until much more has been read. Fort Negley. What do you think is unique about these star forts? You said without much written records, huh? I'm not sure what that means. I'll find Fort Negley here. Here we go, Fort Negley. Nashville, Tennessee. They are pretty cool looking, like aesthetically. See, it looks like maybe they had some walls built up here. It's hard to tell from the sky. IIRC. Not sure what that is. if I remember correctly, this is what Samuel's saying in the chat. If I remember correctly, very scarce primary source records of it actually being built. What I've heard secondhand, haven't confirmed, supposedly built by slaves in the Civil War. Are there usually a lot of primary sources for these star forts being built? Is that something you know, or? Great question, you say. That's just something I would wonder about, because like in the middle of the war, I don't imagine most of these people are like historians who are thinking about, oh, in 200 years we should keep this blueprint for this fort. They just want the fort up to be able to defend their places, but maybe there are a lot of these blueprints still out there. Also, I'm not sure if you would need too much of a blueprint if you knew how to do something. I don't know if you've ever seen these Amish build these barns, but I'm not sure they're looking at blueprints when they do it. I'm not saying that there aren't blueprints, I know very little about this area, this video here. They built a barn in like less than a day. Maybe they had blueprints the first time they did it, or like the first couple times they did it, but then like I don't see any papers exchanging hands here. The brick that they used, or the payments, they said what do they have here? They conscripted free blacks and slaves. Where was that? Overseen by Captain James St. Clair Morton, free blacks and slaves who would flock to Nashville once the Union Army had captured the city were conscripted as laborers for the construction of Fort Negley. So did we have any of the payment slips, or did they get paid? What happened to these people that were supposedly building this? It'd be cool. I mean, like, this dude's already put so much time and effort into making this website, but if he had like a list of the primary sources related to that, that would be really useful. Maybe this is what that is. Info source. Oh, Wikipedia. Oof. Ooh, no, can't find that. Oof, can't find that. Let's see. This is findagrave.com. Well, that's not going to have any primary source information. I guess this was from 2010, so a lot of these links are bound to be broken eventually, except for the wiki links. We got Samuel saying the star forts are very large and stone is a lot harder to work with than lumber. Yeah, I don't know much about building with either of those. A lot of Wikipedia for this article here. Oof, it's like only Wikipedia. What is this? Another wiki article. So I guess this guy just ripped info from Wikipedia. That's not very good. We got Johnny Rockin saying Starforts are incredible feats of engineering. They would have trouble trying to build today. Are you saying they would have trouble building a Starfort today? I do not know if I believe you on that. If that's what you're saying. Here, let's check out this guy's video.
Europe is packed with historical sites. And places like these are the result of the most destructive invention up until that time. Cannons. My name is Sebastian. This is Oddworld. After the enemies. But these straight and tall walls, curtain walls, proved vulnerable to cannon fire. After the invention of gunpowder in the 9th...
Johnny Rockin, that is what you're saying. So all it would take is for somebody to build a Starfort today. Would you then concede that it is possible to build it? Or even a different question is, why do you think that? Why would it be impossible? What's something today that we couldn't do that they did to build a Starfort?
The first depictions of cannons appeared there in the 12th century. Spreading west across the Eurasian continent, they were widespread in Europe and the Middle East by the end of the 14th century. The fall of Constantinople in 1453 was a wake-up call. Its massive walls were seen as impenetrable. But Sultan Mehmed II used his powerful cannons to breach even these walls, proving medieval design was no longer effective. The epitome of classic European cannon design was reached around 1480, with the design not changing much all the way until the 1750s. And it's in this time we also see defensive architecture change as a response to this formidable foe. Gone were the tall towers and straight walls of medieval forts, and in came the Bastion Fort, or Starfort. Although not a new invention, these fortresses had low, sloped earthen banks called glacis. These were sloped on the outside towards any possible attacker, and made it difficult for cannon fire to seriously damage the citadel behind them.
So they're made inside of these things. We got a citadel inside of like a natural bunker. Is it this that we can't build today, or is it the citadel that we can't build today?
By creating these jutting bastions, the flanks or curtains of a fortress could be overseen, eliminating dead zones. Moats had proven themselves during medieval times and also found their way into bastion forts. In between the bastions, some forts would also have tenails, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. These defensive works provided extra protection for the curtain, where a postern gate or secondary gate could be hidden from sight. Excellent for...
Maybe it's the gate that we can't build? Is that what we've lost?
Sneaking unseen out of your fort to surprise the attackers. The more common ravelins are these detached outworks and would often sit in front of a curtain wall, further protecting these. Ravelins were so designed that they would split incoming forces. They would also have a very low wall, or no wall at all, on the citadel-facing side. That way, enemy forces could not find shelter within them. Other outworks were hornworks or crownworks, the latter one having one or more complete bastions itself. There were many variations, configurations, and ways of thinking that evolved over time. Bastion forts were often built using earth and brick, as brick does not shatter on impact the way stone does when shot with a cannonball. The first bastion forts were developed in...
What was that?
The first bastion forts were
we got brick instead of... Bastion forts were often built using earth and brick, because brick does not shatter on impact
the way stone does. The first bastion fort...
So I guess if we were looking for primary sources, we'd be looking for brick makers, and we wouldn't have to deal with the stone since they were not using that as much. But I would imagine it would vary from case to case. This is just not knowing anything about it. You could have some Starforts, you know, if you're making a budget Starfort, you might have to use some stone if that's all you got laying around.
Forts were developed in Italy around the turn of the 16th century in response to the French invasion. Michelangelo used star forts in the defense of Florence, and it was from Italy that the practice spread, influencing fort design for another 300 years. Dutch architect Menno van Coehoorn and French military engineer Vauban further improved on the practice with many new additions and inventions. The design practice wasn't only applied to military positions, it was also used in the defensive works of cities. Famous examples such as Naarden in the Netherlands, Palmanova in Italy, and you can still see the defensive ring around the old city center of Nicosia in Cyprus. But were they effective? Well, centuries of use of these massive earthworks would suggest that yes, they were. Bastion forts and their design principles proved their use many times over the centuries, for instance in the defense of Pisa in 1500. Often the medieval curtain walls were torn down, wide ditches were dug, and gently sloping walls created, usually made from earth which was cheaper than brick. The city of Amsterdam built 26 bastions in the 17th century, and luckily they were never seriously tested as apparently the maintenance required for such a massive piece of infrastructure was difficult, and the Amsterdam defensive works deteriorated quickly. You can still vaguely make out where these bastions were when looking at Amsterdam today. The Italian city of Siena even bankrupted itself to pay for its defenses in 1544. But with the
So they went bankrupt defending their city. I wonder if what the primary sources are for that.
advent of artillery and explosive shells, the Bastion Forts or Star Forts started to be replaced.
I just wish that there were more people that put the primary sources, all the sources that they use in their videos or in the description or something. Oh, here we got our sources. It's all Wikipedia. Isn't that wonderful?
Replaced by the much simpler polygonal forts in the 19th century. And with the advent of tanks and airplanes in the 20th century, fortresses as a concept became more and more obsolete. The design principles behind Bastion Forts had an enormous impact on many European cities and landmarks.
Yeah, some of these they're pretty massive. Would have been huge projects, but some of them I think are kind of small. Let's check out, I want to go back to that website and see what kind of images, because like here they got a whole city inside of this one. Well, this is just a drawing, but where's this? Palma, New Palma. Go back to that website, check it out. Where did it go? Why is it not on the first page anymore? Maybe they heard me talking about his Wikipedia citations, so they're like, alright, we're not letting you back here. Oh, here we go. I got booted to the second page. Let's check out some in Brazil. Oh, Johnny Rockin is back with more info. They are not for defense. What are they for then, Johnny? Also, what exactly is it that we can't build in that? There wasn't anything like too crazy in this video that I just saw, so could you please elaborate on what mechanism we cannot repeat? Yeah, this one's pretty big too. These are some massive buildings. Those are cars down there. This one's in Ontario. Yeah, it looks like a pretty big fort. Johnny says, look at some large ones. How much larger could we get if this is the size of a car here? Which one do you recommend, Johnny? Samuel, you know the names of some of these. What's one around the city that you recommend I look at? I'll go check it out on Google Maps. We can get a walk around on it. Well, this one looks like it's made out of wood. I figure that's not the original wood. They might have done some upkeep on it. When does it say this one was made? (1755). See if it's got any reconstruction dates on here. (1950s). Fort William Henry was completely reconstructed. Wow, this seems kind of rude. Archaeological digs unearthed 15 intact skeletons of soldiers who had been buried at the fort, which were duly displayed in entertaining positions for visitors. Like, come on. Those are fallen soldiers. Displayed in entertaining positions. He may... It's just too much. Just imagine moving that much earth, stone, etc. in a time before the Industrial Revolution. Extremely impressive. When was the Industrial Revolution? Exactly. 1760 to 1840. I mean, a lot of them were built during that time, if I'm not mistaken from what I saw, but there were definitely some earlier ones. We got Johnny Rockin' telling us to go to Copenhagen. Let's try and find that here real quick. Where is Copenhagen? It's in... Yeah, Denmark. It's the capital of Denmark. Alright. Look at Copenhagen. Is this in Copenhagen? Either of these two? Yeah, here we go. This is in Copenhagen. This is in Helsinki. So let's check out Castellet. But nah, yeah, it would definitely take some coordination between a lot of people to get the amount of earth, stone, etc., brick before the Industrial Revolution. Since they were making these in the 16th century, is what they say. This one says, star-shaped military fortress and ramparts. Let's get a satellite view of that. Yeah, this one's pretty big. Let's get in here a little closer. What was the one we were looking at with the cars? I don't see it anymore. But this one is huge, yeah. They're aesthetic, I'll give them that. I wonder if this fort got hit by any naval attacks, because it's pretty close to the coast there. Imagine you'd be able to get something off on them. Wonder when this was made. It's probably to help deter some of the boats getting through. They are cymatic patterns, huh? Johnny, I noticed you haven't elucidated any of the things that make these unbuildable today. I remember looking at these when I was playing a lot of music. Yeah, these are pretty cool. I like the ones where they put the sand on the board. I don't look at these too often anymore. I don't think I can agree with you though that they are cymatic patterns. Isn't there... Well, cymatic is, it's like the same on each side there. Have we ever gotten a cymatic pattern that is a star split right down the middle like that? I think this truck is blocking our view of the Starfort here. Oh, these trees are blocking it too. This is pretty cool that you can do all this on Google Maps nowadays. I can visit this place without actually visiting it. And get a look around. This is the moat. You see our guy right here. I'm gonna try and get up to the center of the castle. Or the Starfort. Oh, we got a guy walking over here. We got some windmill. It's definitely Denmark. So here it is. This is definitely like dug out. It's part of the Starfort. What are we looking at here? We're right looking up towards the point over that direction. They got some cannons out here. Wonder if we could read the sign. Might be in Dutch. But they got a walkway going all around the side here. It'd be cool if they put some flowers in the field. No sign out front of this cannon. Yeah, it would take a lot of manpower to build this, to dig all this dirt like that. I figure they use animals for some of the heavy lifting. They got a house in the pit there. Yeah, it could be tricky if you were in a war. You had to climb over all this stuff. You're not sure what's on the other side. Oh, there's another sign down here in front of this cannon. It's all blurred though. Here they got a gate. That looks kind of cool. Oh, I'm in the tunnel. This looks kind of Starforty too. Maybe this was a little peninsula they had over here. Entrance in. Yeah, see, they do. They have another motor on the side. So this is the gate into it. Here's just one of the J's instead of an I. J663. I don't know whose symbol this is here. It's under a crown. I don't know why they blurred this guy out. I wonder if this is housing in here. I wonder what these buildings are. I don't think it's too mysterious that there's star forts all over the world that were built when people were all over the world in communication with each other. I mean, where do we... I wish there was a star fort type collection of, like, a list of where they were built chronologically. Like Japan, North America, Europe, Middle East, etc. But when were they built? Because like if they were all built in all these places like in the 1700s, that's not too crazy to think. We had pretty fast messaging then, and they were already sailing across the seas quite a bit. Primarily by writing letters. Slow and unreliable. Let's check out, where's the Starfort website again? Let's just go look at Japan, see when their Starforts were built. Here we go, Japan. Alright, so we got 2 in Japan. When was this built? Time of the fort's construction, 1866, 1867. So I mean that is pretty late. (1844) is when we had the telegraph. So it's some 20 years earlier. What about the other Starfort in Japan though? Maybe it's older. 1863, 67, so well after the telegraph was invented. Even without the telegraph though, they could have still heard about them. You know, I can do that. I can make that list. Make a new post. So what do we got? We got Japan. Do these ones first since I just was looking at them. We'll do 1866. Weird, it won't let me backspace on that to make it go to the other one. There we go. It's the 24th today, right? Yeah. Alright, 24th. We got starfort.com as our reference. So this one was starting to be built earlier. Did that one say that it took until the next year to finish it? Oh no, that's when the ruling body came to an end. The name translates to pentagram fort. 5 points. Alright, so I got 2 of these forts on here. I guess work from the top down is going to be the easiest way to keep my track of where I'm at. 1575, alright. Angola, like the rabbits. Central Africa, alright. So here we are on Africa. That's our earliest one so far, is 1575, a star fort in Africa. Used by Portugal, the Netherlands, and Angola. No star forts in Australia, but there is a coastal castle built in the 1800s, so I'm going to just skip over that one since it's not technically a star fort. The Azores, here we go. Got a new one built in 1593. Wow, they took some 40 years to build that one. So here we have them starting towards the end of the 1500s. Where's the Azores at? This will help with refreshing my geography. Portugal. So off the coast there, which makes sense since they were going back and forth. So this one was built, what, in the 1830s, 40s? I got commenting available on every page on my website, so if you see anything on there that you think I got wrong, you can comment, let me know, and I will try to fix it as quickly as possible. Or let me know in the chat right now if you think that this isn't from the 1830s or 40s. I'm not sure what this guy is saying here. Is he saying both of these were built in 1579? Alright, so far we're still at 1575 for our earliest date. You say, after reading Fominka, etc., I do wonder about dates going back that far. How accurate are they really? I don't know if you've seen this or not yet, but I got a section on my website dedicated to examining Fominka's new chronology, and he gets quite a bit wrong on the dating stuff. So radiocarbon dating, he's got a B average on it, but like some parts is like a C plus, a D plus, C plus. I think it's a couple A's, but these weren't even written by him, these parts. The top ones were. So I'm not sure how much, how accurate Fominka's information is on that. I'm still going through it. Here we got his archaeological methods. He got an A minus, but also an F. So who knows how strong his criticisms are so far. Alright, so we just got through Belgium. That's the end of that one. I think there were 4 from Belgium, so I got 1, 2, 3. Did I miss one? So Diaz, Huey. Oh, and these 2 are together, so 3 from Belgium. We are in the Bermuda. When was this Starfort built? 1809 to 1845. Martin Webb, welcome to the stream. You ask, how are we going to get you more subscribers? You share my content, you tell people to subscribe to the channel, let them know that there's quality content, quality research going on here. Maybe run an ad. You could support me through Patreon. The more money I get through there, the more I can advertise. I haven't spent any money on ads yet, but the more support I get, the more I can do. So just show some love to the channel if you want to help me get some more subscribers here. What was this? The keep 1809 to 45. Statue of Liberty is on a Starfort, Johnny says. I think I do remember seeing that before. We will get down to that if it is, or maybe it's not on this list yet, but we're in Brazil right now. Let's see when these Brazilian Starforts were built. New fort built in 1620. So we're still within goal of having the earliest star fort. I'm curious to see if we'll find anything prior to that. We haven't gotten to Italy yet. I figure that's where some of the earliest will be. So I'm gonna say like 1630s is when this fort was built, it looks like. He doesn't say it explicitly, but I'm gonna just put it there for now. Alright, so our list is getting pretty long here. We got, what is this, 13 or so? 13 exactly, alright. We just got through Brazil, so it looks like the Portuguese came in and started building these star forts right away. Johnny says, I think they are all over 500 years old. So none of these star forts were built when supposedly they say they were. Well, why do you think that they're all over 500 years old? There's a bunch of them in Canada. Yeah, I'm always down for a friendly debate or discussion. I would never insult people or call them stupid or dumb for thinking something about this. I mean, I might think it, but I wouldn't say it to them. If somebody told me that they thought that this fort was actually built at least 75 years earlier, I'd be curious as to why. Johnny here, he definitely is making a lot of claims, and I'm not seeing a lot of backing up. I'm seeing a lot of statements made with very little evidence. I'm still waiting to hear about what it is in a star fort that we cannot build today. What exactly is it? Not just the assertion that, oh, we couldn't build these today. Why not? What's the objection there? But thinking about what I just said, I'm not even sure I would think that they were stupid if they were saying some stuff that I didn't think was logical or true. Like, I think there's a lot of smart people that can buy into nonsense. It just depends on the person and what the claim is. So I typically don't think that people are generally as smart as some would like to believe, but I find myself thinking that people are dumb less and less to label somebody as that. I used to do it more in my younger age, but now that I'm getting older, I think I was wrong about all that. Who are some Tartaria YouTubers that you know about? Our list is getting pretty long here, but our earliest is still 1575. Canada's got a bunch of these star forts here. I'm gonna just mark this one 18th century for now. I'm gonna go back and I'll know that these ones need a more precise date because they're dated so vaguely into a 100-year span here. I'm gonna just say 18th century for this one. It might be 17th, but I'll get back to that in the future. Samuel, I don't know if you're still here or not, but so far, the fact that these star forts are all over the world is not super impressive to me, since the earliest is from 1575. Most of them are from the 1700s and later. You are still here. All right, you say one thing to look for would be the oldest existing books on the subject. 1700s era books on engineering or architecture, for example. Yeah, that would be a good thing to look for. Even ones from books from the 1500s would be interesting to see about this. I do have to get going here in a little bit, but I still have some time I can kill before I gotta go for sure. We're all the way down to Chile, China, and Croatia now. Suppose no such books can be found. I would think that fairly strange. Suppose no such books could be found. There's still not a whole lot to go on there. I mean, I imagine this is from a book. What book is this from? Oh, it's from an 18th century map. They're not too creative with the names here. Karlovac Fortress is from Karlovac, Croatia. Keeps things simple though. I think I'm gonna just finish off these ones for now, and then I gotta get going, but I'm gonna finish this list off later and post it up on the website for anyone else to reference. Yeah, I'm glad that you enjoyed them. I hope I answered any of your questions. Also, I'm planning on doing these more. Hey, before you go, here's the earliest one so far, constructed 14th century. And then also 1630. But 14th century, that's the 1300s. That's pretty early. Where is this? Oh, Croatia. Alright, so here's the fortress there. We got Venice just across the way. So I figured it would be close to Italy, some of the early ones. But yeah, I'm going to be trying to do these office hours more often. I've been thinking about doing it for a while. And tonight is the first night. I figured I got a little bit of time to kill. Might as well just start this off. It'd be cool to get like a video or like some sort of map set up where you can click through it and see each of the fortresses getting built, like for per year. Like I would just input the data per year and have them pop up on the map so that you could scroll through it and check all that out. And that'll help visualize how these got to where they are in the world. Even if there's a single chronicle / account of one being built, that would be huge, especially the older / larger ones. Yeah, I don't know too much about what literature exists on these, so I will maybe look into that on the next office hours if you make it to refresh my memory on looking into that. Or if you find anything, you can bring that next time and let me know, and I'll increase my reservoir of information for the Starforts. Alright, well that's all the way through Chile. I just want to keep going to see if we get any earlier ones. Here we got one from Egypt. See when this was built. Oh yeah, pretty late. Oh, 1470 though. That is one of the newer dates. I'm gonna just go ahead and throw that in here real quick, and then I'm gonna get out of here. But if anyone else has any questions before I go, drop them in the chat, and I will try to respond to them before I get out of here. Well, now I feel obligated to get these other ones in here. I did China. Did I do Croatia? Yeah, I did Croatia, China. So I'm on Cuba. I've only got a few in between there, but nah, I do got to get going here. So thank you all for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Be sure to check it next time. We got Samuel saying he found a reference in an 1852 book. That is pretty vague, a reference to what and which book is it, but maybe drop that in the comments, so I think I'm going to be able to keep this public on YouTube without it violating any copyright. So with that is the end of the stream, and I hope everybody takes care, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments.